Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask us in this place this morning, what curriculum created Boko Haram? What curriculum? See, why is it that we do not need to pray? We just need to take that child that is healthy, well-formed, and take it to that camp at maybe the age of 8, 9, or 10, and drop the child there. If you come back in 10 years, you are certain. Yes or no? Why is your own curriculum failing? And we have to pray, just let it just be what you want him to be. What exactly do they do that we are not doing? There are certain environments you keep a child. See, you just become like Pastor Adeboye. You can tell innate that 5 years from now, you know where this child is going. By virtue of what? The condition that surrounds the life of that child. So, Bible says, train up a child in the way that he should go. In the way that he should go. So, when, we are Africans, we are very fantastic people. So, my father said no. My grandfather was was the first charter surveyor in Nigeria. So, said that my brother wanted to study agriculture in the university, and he has also gotten admission. Until these prayer people came and they said that, no, he would do the job of his grandfather. So, he now went to Federal School of Survey, Oyo, to go and do the thing they are doing there. He said the first time, he went with the government theodolite and everything to the site, one site like that in one far away place. He said the people that are there, he said there are no area boys in Lagos, that these ones, they are with charm and everything, that Lagos does not have area boys. Like I said, these ones, they took the map, they started tearing it to smoke weed. That one of them that was maybe an indigent that brought them, that said something, just say, keep going like that. Say the cutlass he was holding just pointed, that keep going like that. And it was water, that guy kept going like that. He said that was the first and the last day of his practice as a surveyor. So what happened now? Then he got a job with the Ministry of Agriculture in Ogun State. And he's supposed to do his grandfather's job. Then he became a big farmer that was doing this one, poultry, fishery, everything. Apparently, somebody just confused a particular journey by calling him or assuming he was a Babatunde. That he was not. Because there is no particular child that carries the identity of anybody. Tunde does not exist in the dictionary of God. Apologies to those that are Tunde. So, but a child in search of a parent. So this child needs certain things, a very few things that we are going to run through very quickly. Very, very quickly. Before you say who is a parent, or be asking what is parenting, we want to find out what are the needs of a child. Because if you want to hire in your organization, you discover that it is the need you want to feel that determines who you. So, very quickly. So, we're going to be doing this thing in two phases. There's something we call parenting, and there's something we call reparenting. So, as we parent, we begin to reparent. At the same time, certain things has happened to quite a number of us that requires attention. But those things, we didn't get the attention that we require. So very, very quickly, I want you to note them down as we begin parenting and reparenting. Parenting and reparenting. The first thing in the head of every child is pleasure. The limbic system of a child is designed for pleasure. If there is no need for it, there will be no need for dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin. It's designed for what? Pleasure. The ability of an individual to feel good about himself to a level like about 70 to 75 degrees determines his ability to be able to problem solve by himself. Pleasure. Number one. Pleasure. The They didn't get it by themselves. It's not their biology that gave it to them. It's their divinity that gave it to them. You remember, that was created all things for... So they got it from somebody. The real person that sent them. The person that sent them. So pleasure. So our ability to problem solve, that is one. Then the second one is that for every child, that particular pleasure, if it doesn't come, it accumulates in pressure. So ask yourself today, am I the type of person that can give a child pleasure? Then in the areas where my parents gave me pressure instead of pleasure, how do I refill and reparent myself? Because at this particular point in time, it's either that we keep crying for life, that they didn't do it for us, or we find things. So the thing is, what excites you? What gives you pleasure? If God created all things for his pleasure, part of the all things must be applicable to you, that can excite you and give you what? Pleasure. Then second one, the need of a child in need of a parent, is physical need. There are a few physical needs that we quickly talk about. The first one is food. Food. The second one, water, shelter, sleep, physical exercise. Then, because these things, I said food, water, shelter, sleep, physical exercise. Like I told us before, that when any kind of mental illness begins, you discover that there will be a consistent issue with sleep. It starts from there. So that sleep. Then the thing is that, am I doing it right? According to National Sleep Foundation, said children from the ages of 0 and 2, they are supposed to be having at least between 11 to 12 hours of sleep. At least, the minimum. So that your child that is 6 years old is supposed to be having up to 10 hours of sleep. And your teenager, even though the body of a teenager, the physiology of a teenager actually inhibits their ability to go to bed early. That is why they used to press phone until middle of the night. But they still require that 8 to 9 hours, in fact 10 of sleep. So it would have been possible if their school can start by like maybe 10 o'clock in the morning so that they can sleep right and go. So sleep. Because the problem starts if we do not do what is required. So am I the type that have the time for the child? Somebody told me that since the child was like maybe 2, thereabout, because she has to follow us out. So that child has to wake by 5, even though she was like 2. Because the mother has to follow us, and we have to go together. And you know the beautiful part of the thing is that a train does not wait for anybody. You are either there or not. So she has to do all she has to do. So the child will be cranky and crying and everything. Sleep. Very important. Then the diet, the water, everything. That's number 2. Number 3, sex. Sex. Then say, God forbid bad thing. We are in the house of God. I should be talking sex in this place. So the inability of a child at the appropriate age, that's 18 months, 1.5, and 2, to distinguish himself that I'm a boy, I do not pee like this. That inability for him to know, because somebody that was supposed to teach him did not, is what makes him susceptible, last, to certain cartoon animations that say, it's okay to dress the way you feel. Yes, catch them young. They got it from the Bible, train up a child. So say, okay, he doesn't feel like wearing his shirt and short. So it's okay. So he begins to think, it's okay to dress the way I feel. I remember at about maybe the age of 3 or 4, like thereabouts, my son was taught sex education in school. And one day just say, my sister is focusing on my private part. And I wonder, how can she be focusing on your private part? Because he now understands what that is. And unfortunately, about 80% of those people that we do psychological assessment for, we discover that many of them, about 80% of the lot, their sex education was taught by a teacher in school. Not by parents in the house. There are different levels of sex education. So he must know that he's a boy and there's a dignity in being a boy. She must know that she's a girl and there must be there's what? Dignity in being a girl. She must know these things. And there must be nothing that say, okay, no, because that prepares her. That determines the kind of play she has, the association she wants to have by reason of what? Purpose. So that sex is planting purpose in the head of a child. So sex may not be a primary need, which it is in psychology, but it's a drive. Because it determines, say, mommy, paint for me too. You can't see your son now that is of age that will say, mommy, paint my lips too. Except there's a matter. You understand? So it's a drive. So he begins to prepare himself for what is ahead of him. Bible says Jesus Christ, because of what was laid ahead of him, he endured hardship. So because he knew there was something ahead of him. So somebody say, I will not agree, will not agree. Canada, they cannot force our children to be. The truth of the matter is that at the age they are coming to class, it was already supposed to be too late. Because somebody has done what they are supposed to do from that age of 1.5. So it determines procreation too. And number 4, relationship. Relationship. Every child requires relationship. What are the subnets of a relationship? Attachments. Number 1, ability to attach to self, ability to attach to others, and ability to attach to a higher power, spirituality. Ability to attach to self. Every child should be able to play with himself or herself. And that is why they create a lot of imaginations. Play. And now let me talk about play very briefly or very quickly. That thing that we refer to as play, do you know, now we discover that it determines the immunity of a child to the degree of about 80%. The psychological immunity. The ability to either break down under pressure or not break down. Because I'm talking of uncensored play, not the one that you go and look for cushion foam and you put it on the floor and say, oh yeah, come and play. Then you buy the soft Lego that cannot scratch him or hurt him. Then every play that is played is done in the living room. No. No. Uncensored. His ability to go outside and pick something. You remember now when you were growing up, who was doing? Now we say, my son is playing football on a Saturday, I need to carry him. Who was carrying you anywhere? Was it not on the field, what is it called, on the road we're doing then you shito and you still hide it from your parents too. What did you think? It's a revelation for those of you that don't understand shito. You understand? So you hurt there was no boot. Who was buying boot or anything? Nothing. You arrange yourself with the other children. There you were learning interpersonal skills, a lot of it. So you want to medicate something, you are supposed to allow them play through. Very important, though. Very, very, very important. It determines close to 80% of their wherewithal. So it is there they learn authenticity. Say, no, if you don't, that is where he knows that he cannot hold on to the ball by himself. Because if others go, then football is over. He can't hold on to the ball. He said, no, my ball is my ball. He said, all of them will go and look for something else to play now. And that is it. Then if he plays with a child, that one puts his finger inside the eye, cry a little. Then he will go and do his own back. Or he will go and adjust. Then, or he chooses, I will not play with this one. I'll choose another one. Then they begin to develop a sense of autonomy. Autonomy, just by play. So you ruin their life up to the degree of 80% because you do not allow them to play the play they are supposed to play. A child looking for a parent. A child looking for a parent. So sense of authenticity, like I said, is gotten by that play that, no, I ring the people that play with me and say, I'll buy. Exactly. As in, go your way. We don't want to play with you. I say, that's nice. The same way I formed this team. I just recreated the same thing I did. But mommy must be there. No, don't touch him. Sorry. Let me help you scratch. Who helped you? Since when did the food that nourished you become a poison to your own child? Please, very important. Very, very important. So that is, they learn to play with themselves, then they learn to start relating with others. They learn to relate also with higher power. Because say, my friend said that this. Now say, is it true that there's a higher power? There's God. Now say, yes, now we used to pray in our house. Now say, does God used to answer prayer? See, if God answers prayer, how is it that there are a lot of children that they're showing on television that are being bombed every day? How is God not helping those children? Then you rack your brain to give answer. Or you say, don't worry, I will go and come back. But exposure is limited. So physical ability too is limited. You see, the boy will carry a phone like this and be pressing. It's in the room. You are glad that the child is in a safe zone. You say, aye Gbenga. As in, the world is dangerous. But see, the first danger is you. Because you are going to spoil a lot of things. So before the child now goes to school, he has to do PHE. PHE how many hours? Maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Somebody that has been doing 2 hours uncensored on the road. That is not sufficient. And I say, I'm tired. I don't want to do it again. Who caused it? A child in need of a parent. A child in need of a parent. So a child wants a sense of authenticity. So when the child comes to you and says that, mommy, as in we are still talking relationship, now say, mommy, see what I drew. Is it beautiful? You see, instead of you saying it is beautiful, as in you are giving him what? You are validating the child. What of the day you are no longer there? Then he seeks validation from uncle. Then you say uncle molest, harass, abuse, all kind of English. How come you can't turn it back at him and say, look at it very well, what do you think? And this child begins to say, it's beautiful. So he comes tomorrow, say, what do you think? Say, mommy, it's very beautiful. Say, yes, it's very beautiful. So you are affirming what he already confirmed. So that, see, either somebody is there or somebody is not there. Say, Mom, I've done something, and the thing is very fine. When you come, you will see it. So he's not looking for somebody to approve. He has approved of it because you have turned the table around. Authenticity. How authentic is a child? Growing up, you remember those days. They say, somebody just said something very, very nasty. The thing that cannot sit inside your stomach. To you. Somebody just said those things that are very, very irritating and annoying. Is it not a normal reaction for a child to frown or to look very, very dejected or somewhat? And I say, if you don't wipe that thing off your face, I will give you something real to cry about. So, what I've just told that child is that, pretend. So, little by little, that child's authenticity, English is too much, begin to be eroded. Why? By virtue of. So now say, if you don't wipe that thing off your face, now I'll give you something, or go to the room until you clear that thing. Please, is it not supposed to every action there's equal and opposite? Is this reaction not supposed to be the required? How do you know the child that said, if you're saying, see your head like coconut and ice cream and chicken pie, and the child does it like this? How do you know that the thing you have said has entered the boy's head now? Now the child has elicited the required response, and you are saying what? Slap it off your face, or else. A child in need of a parent. So they want to have a sense of belonging. I hope you know that for teenagers, camaraderie, as in their what is it called? The feeling that I belong to somebody or to someone or to some people is the same reason why they enter into cultism. Yes. Looking for what? Security, looking for belonging, as in this is family. Why do you think a lot of drunks will usually just go back to their own people? Because that is the only place they go without being judged. Sense of belonging. They want to know that they know that you're actually for them and they are for you. Why do you think I'm so glad I belong to you? What are you looking for? Sense of belonging. So they want to have that. They want to have communication. They want to know that you are present in their life. They want to be able to develop trust. When your emotion is fickle, like it flickers today, it flickers tomorrow, you know what you are communicating to the child? You are telling that child that, see, I'm not to be trusted. When your emotion begins to vacillate, That's what? I'm not supposed to be. So today, she's looking, say, oh, mommy, mommy. And so, no, just go and sit down. Unfortunately, children cannot pick the fact that parents has their own trouble that they are going through. So in that case, the child, how many of us has gone to House of Mirrors? Where you see mirror that when you look at it, the thing make you like this. When you look at another one, the thing make you like this. The one, your head is like this, like that. So the child sees through the mirror of the parent. So whatever the mirror projects, that's your mood. That is who the child is. Because their mantra is, I am because you are. Yes. So if they see some funny look on your face, they say, I have made mommy angry. So, and somebody that do something bad, they have taught them in Sunday school, is a bad. So I am a bad. So now, if you have done something, it is easy to fix. In the areas of false guilt, that you see now, you made me break that television because of this, your nonsense, ranting all around. Now the person that ranted and is still crying, and the person that because of a ranting has broken television, which is worse. But now put it on top of the child. See what you have done. You have made me break this TV. Then the child now say, I'm a bad child. I made mommy break TV. And false guilt cannot be resolved. So their ability to have their own strength to solve their own problem cannot be there because there's no problem to be solved. So this child wants to now be good at all times. Sometimes they want to be a comedian. One just want to be the perfect one in the house so that mommy will be happy. Mommy will be happy. Unfortunately, mommy has been traumatized in her childhood. So there's no amount of what you do that will make... In fact, some go to the point of parentification. As in when the child now begin to look for a way to nurture either parent. They say, mommy, sorry, yeah, sorry, don't mind daddy, sorry, yeah. Taking the role of an adult as a child. There is this time that we need to put ourselves together and solve this problem as in once and for all. They want to see that you are committed. They want to see that you are truthful. They want to have an intellectual intimacy with you. Not every time, go and play. They want to tell you, hey, mommy, one boy in my school today, then you add imagination to it. And say, children don't tell lie. How did Wale, all those things that Wale Soyinka wrote, then J. Ofagunwa, Ogboju Adeninu Igbo Rumale, is he author? The creative imagination of the child is about to die. Every liar, they just begin to. Because they want to connect, and the only way he feels he can connect is by making up things. Now say, yes, like that, and you can even become Superman. You will now help him exaggerate that thing, that then you become Superman, then you can fly. But don't try it in real life, but you can draw it inside your book. You can, just keeping play pens, different colors, book. For a child, nothing to draw. Just put it there. For them to just scribble and draw whatever can actually increase their level of creativity. Just by them, plaster, mud, different kind of orishirishi like that. So please, let's note it. A child in search of a parent. Number 5, love. These children are in need of love. The first need of love is respect. The first need of love is what? Respect. The first need of love is respect. That I know that you are my mommy and I honor you as my mommy, but do you honor me as a child? It's respect. So this 3-year-old, she just walks here now. She has removed her diaper. Her potty training is still a bit small. And she comes to this place, stands here, and smiles at everybody and peed here. Then the mother picks the child, goes to the back and says, "Boy, please, what the child has done, is it age appropriate or not? If it is age appropriate, may God..." Let me not say God punish you for punishing the child. May God help you. Some of you need to actually go back and actually apologize for certain things you have done. It is normal. It is appointed for a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old to rant, to tell you all kinds of things. Too much talk. I'll tell your teacher to give you another lesson so that you can be coming home by 7 p.m. Seriously? So the child is book smart, but he doesn't know anything, as in for real. He does not know anything other than book. So love, the first need of the love is what? That respect. Then number 2, acceptance. Do you accept me? The question is, do you accept yourself? Are there certain parts of yourself that you are still repressing till today that you have not done anything about? Then validation. If you accept me, you need to validate who? Me. So the question is, am I validating myself? How many times do I take to validate my child? Is it not the same thing we say we should be doing to our wives and husbands every day? Say, honey, I love validation. And the woman say, my husband does not love me again. I say, want to divorce. And I say, what happened? He says, since the day we were there, he has not told me, I love you. And I say, I've told you many times that day and I've not changed my mind. If I change my mind, I will let you know. Value what? Validation. 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 Because of my time, let's try validation. I want you, everybody, where you are, seated, do not quote Bible. Don't what? Don't quote Bible. And you are not permitted to repeat one word twice. I want you to praise yourself for 2 minutes. Emi Samuel Adamilari Gbenga koka. Omoti yabi. To forja ronpon. The best of... Oh yeah, what are you waiting for? If you like, speak in tongues. Let me hear you. Where are they? Where are they? See, we have been taught to praise God. We have been taught to praise others, but we have not catch the curriculum on praising. Exactly. Atabo. Validation. Validation is very key because you need to do it to yourself. Do it for yourself and let your children see and begin to speak about themselves too like that. It's not being cocky. When God is mentioning who he is and what he has done, is he being arrogant? No. Somebody said if your father is the Almighty, that means you are mighty now. He cannot be almighty if there are no mighty ones under him. Uh-huh. Yes. So validation, very important. Positive self-identity. Positive self-identity. How do they pick those self-identity? I've told you before. What they see in the mirror is what they want, and we are their reflection. Once they check your affect, your face, they see if his mommy is approachable or not approachable. So they start reading the scripture. Let us come boldly. Some of them have to say, let us come slowly, so that you do not receive. So, yes, because you are the one that, so now this child is always saying, mommy, tense up and worried. Now say, ma? Oh, okay, daddy. Okay. Okay, the parents. So the parent is always tensed. And this child can see this thing. That is always pacing. You know, the lion of the tribe of the family. So it's always pacing. So everybody go on. True. Say the truth and let the devil be ashamed. Did you respect your father or you feared him? Thank you very much. So, very important. So, now, should that circle continue? Because that was where their timidity started from. And God has helped you. At least they helped you. You did a lot of moving around. Now it is from Uber to everything. Even the child drives a car more than the parent that owns a car with a driver. So, all the muscles, no capacity to do anything. So, any little thing, see them, plenty. When they come for internship program, you see a 21-year-old, a 22-year-old is crying because the supervisor says, they have damaged my emotion. Which emotion? They are not the culprits. It is the people from home. So there's only so little that they can carry because they say, Magbi, let me come and mommy is carrying for. Now, let the mother come work and come and receive the query on behalf of the child. It's not possible. So let's begin to put things together. It's very important. Let's begin to put these things together for the children. Very, very important. The feeling that they want to feel understood. Like I was talking about the mirror. So this child looks at the mirror every morning and the mirror says, your head is big like this and your body is like 6 feet wide. So your head is big in the morning and see your head like coconut, tomato. And like that every day. So this child now goes out, maybe to a friend for the first time, and he now looks into their own mirror. Now say that, I see a slim, curvy, beautiful. Now say, no, something is wrong with this mirror. Why is he querying the correct mirror? Because he has seen the wrong one for so long. His self-identity is aligning with the wrong. That is why some of us, when they come like this, say, oh, madam, how are you today? You're looking good. And I say, vagina is not available, so just waka. Say, no. What is the correlation between you're looking beautiful and what? And I say, I know men, they are scum, they are scam, they are whatever. Just begin to mention different, on top of what? Now see, and they say, see, this is the house of God. I am telling you that I know them. Now say, how many have you dated in a lifetime? How many do you have in the family? Add all of them together, 9. All over how many million men on earth? Where did you get your statistics? So what are those things that we need to adjust? So it is important, very, very important, that we know these things, that we know. So tenderness, gentleness, healthy motive, humility, they are all part of love. Then security. We need to feel safe and protected. One of the emotional safety for a child is that the ability of a child to know that he can feel what he needs to feel and be able to express it without negative consequences from mommy or daddy. That is why every family should have an open day. Should have a time, a day in a month that everybody will come together and do what? Family or parents, children, association, meeting. In the day where nobody is permitted to be angry and everybody has the freedom of speech to say anything and everything that is bothering them. And you will not come tomorrow and say, Shetori Mokonwu Elano. As you are running your mouth. Now say, Shebu wants to pay open day. It's just one day now. Oh yeah, now. Continue. Tomorrow will come. I say, Mommy now, but you said. Say, yes. Yes. So please, that thing is not going to come up. That somebody is going to be, say, this is the consequence of that thing. And the child knows that you are just getting angry because of what she or he said yesterday. So please, very important. There must be provision, which includes money. There must be justice in the house. Daddy, there must be what? Justice in the house. One person's vote cannot count more than 4 people. You, your wife, and 3 children. That is 5. All of them plus your wife say, Daddy, we don't want to go to church today. Take us to the beach. You say, Oh yeah, Afira, go going. After you say they grew up, they are rigging election. Who rigged the one in your house? How is it that one person's vote is counting more than 1? So it must not. Number 7, because of my time. There must be purpose. Every child requires purpose. So they want to work at something. To say, Mommy, see what I did. So please, age-appropriate task. Are you willing to give it to a child? Or is it the help that should do all the job? You cannot allow them go out. You don't still want them to do the little that they are supposed to be able to do, to have a sense of identity that, yes, I cook, I make indomie, I fry egg, I can on the gas, I can boil water, I can something at least. Age-appropriate tasks within the house. And the same with career as well. Then service to others. Service to others, please bring me water. I say, no, not you, you. Bring me what? Service. Let them learn sense of service. Service to others also include greeting. Let them be able to say, good morning, sir. Good morning, ma. Then I hope you know that for those of us that are Yoruba speaking, I don't know of the Igbo people, Yoruba is going to eradicate by the time our own children grow up. Because about 70% of them cannot speak. So, what will they teach their children? So go back home today and start teaching. And start talking anyhow is a how. So please, let them start talking. It is very important. It's very, very important. So let them have a sense of purpose. Let them do something. Let them learn. Let them learn. Do not beat a child or punish a child for something you have not discussed before. Before God started punishing the children of Israel, He gave them 10 commandments, Shebi. I hope your own family. Yes, He gave them commandment now. How can you punish a child? Just stand up, stand up. I've been looking at you and it's wondering. Looking at me, how? Please, I'm begging us in the name of God. Please let it not happen. Let everybody sit down and discuss that in this house, this is our value. We are permitted to talk, but just know that every conversation has consequence because every oral has a response. There's call and there's what? Response. So we need to do something about that. So we don't talk to adults like this. This is what we say. What did I say? This is what we do. Then role play it. That play, you do not allow them play outside. At least play it inside. Say, Coco, you will be the mommy. Me, I'll be the child. Now go at the door. Then I'm coming. Then role play it because children learn more by 5 multisensory. Not Montessori, multisensory. Multiple senses. All their 5 + 1 organs. Sense organs. Yes. Role play it so that they know it, so that it is a part of them on daily basis. So they have a need for beauty. They want to dress and somebody say, Kilokosi. Please. What's the English of Kilokosi? As in, what do you carry? Please, they are dressing for you. They are dressing for you. Imagine your spouse going all the way to cut and to shave and to design and to everything. She's been sitting for 13 hours. And you came back home just say, oh yeah, bring the food. Is that why you are late? You're on your own that night. So maybe you sleep on the couch. So please, it's important. So they want to appreciate beauty. Let them see nature. Let them see animal. For those of us that can afford a pet, in our house, they put it in our tenancy agreement. You cannot bring any type of pet, not even chicken, to this house. So, for those of you that can afford it, by all means, buy a pet. Let them feel responsible. Let them do, later I'll start doing some catfish at the back of the, what is it called? Because our landlord's daughter too was doing something like that. So we'll buy from her, we'll come and put it there so that they too can be. But last, it's me that will still train them. So let them start nourishing things and start saying that this one is my own. So my son will come and say, my fish has grown up. I say, which your fish? The fish you did not feed. That you did not. So they can start learning responsibility. They start understanding the beauty of things. Let them be able to understand, enjoy music, art, play with things, travel. If it is possible, even if it is not more than Oregon Junction. Let them travel. Let them go to places. Let them go to places. Let there be no sedentary living. Let them, when they are in the house, let them be doing something. When they are outside of the house, let them really go to places and see things. Let them use their phone to take pictures. Say, what did you see on the road? Take pictures so that when we come back, we can. So you can start helping them. You can start grooming them. So a particular child, he broke the father's iPad. He tampered with the mother's new phone. Then he went to the back of the television. The father said, Simba. But this child is just showing a potential. Why is he not breaking wood? Why is he not filing things like this? Why is he drawn towards electronics? But the father's timber has scattered this child's. So later they said, so what do you want to do? He said, I don't even know. At the age of 18, who killed that thing? I've killed it at 2, at 3, at 4. Very important, very important. Very, very important. Because a 21st century parent has to have the capacity to learn, to unlearn, to relearn. To learn, to unlearn, and relearn. We say learning, unlearning, and relearning is very key. You remember Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 to... It says to everything there's what? A season and time for every purpose under heaven. The truth of the matter is that I posted it. I said that you. That curriculum that you learned engineer with 20 years ago in the University of Abraka, now even if the lecturer still insists on using that curriculum now, shouldn't you be the one that will advocate something different? Why do you now want to use the same old curriculum? Say, that's how our father raised us, to raise your own child. The curriculum has changed. Even the times have changed. There was a particular time somebody came to me and said, please, I need your help. I said, okay. I was really willing to help her. She was one of our nurses, psychiatric nurses. And said, they gave me an assignment. And when she brought the assignment, I was in DSM-3. In fact, since like DSM-3 was 1980 something. So I could not help her. DSM means Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for mental health. So I could not help her. There was nothing I could, 1980. I had not studied psychology in 1980. One thing. I didn't even know. And the lecturer, I think was 2022 or 2023, early 2023, gave them an assignment in DSM-3 to classify, to do something. So because DSM-3 is gone, DSM-3 TR is gone, revised edition, DSM-4 is gone, DSM-4 TR is gone, DSM-5 is already going. How, like about a gap of 20 years or 30 years has gone in between. So there was no way I could help her. I just said, I don't know this assignment though. I don't know it. So if certain things in curriculum are obsolete, how about the one we are using now to teach? How about the one you, as a person, are using now to teach? We say, who is a parent? Like she has said, a parent. The etymological definition of a parent is the one who can bring forth the potential of a child and give it expression. You can help the child do it what? Bring it forth and give it expression. Don't forget that was says train up a child. Train up a child. Train up a child. That means training is best done what? In childhood. Training is best done in what? Childhood. That is why I didn't say train up a teenager. Train up what? A child. But beyond that particular point, he said in the way. In the way. He didn't say the way of your family. He didn't say the way of your uncle. Don't say, but in the family, we're all lawyers. So who are you not to be a lawyer? It is not what exists in your family. In the way the child should go. If that be the case, Jesus Christ was supposed to live a carpenter and die a carpenter, right? Because that was what his father's business was. Yes, he did learn, but they allow him flourish in the areas of his own calling. So now, the question now becomes, what does that child have that you have observed that you can help develop? Then what type of curriculum will help this child? So that, I was talking about authenticity that time. Some say, why can't you be like your sister? So, comparison. Indirectly saying that, I hate this you. I want this version of you. So, what are we going to do? What should we do? Like we said, discovery, development, and deployment. Discovery, development, and deployment. And both discovery, development, and deployment must happen in a space of just 18 years. Whatever you see after the age of 18 is the result of your job well done. Whatever you see, that period is the result of what you have done right and what you have not done right. Like I said, parenting is scripting. So the question is now, what type of child do you want to raise? What type of child do I want to raise? So what type of child did my parents raise in me? So that will determine a lot of things. Number one, for those that are not married, who to marry? Already. Then those of you that are contemplating divorce. So you know that as it was in the beginning, it's now. The thing that happened in the time of Abraham extended to Isaac. He came over to Jacob. So you want to say, do I want a child that will also... And because single in the house, praise the Lord. See, if any time and every time, your only solution to she offended me, she hurt me, he did this one, he did that one, is to break up, you're only setting yourself up for divorce in marriage. What you have practiced consistently becomes your default mode. Please, note. So, what type of child do I want to raise? That determines who do I need to become. So, we have said a lot about children. We are not putting the parts. Who do I need to become to raise this type of a child? If I need to raise a dignitary, who do I need to become? What do I need to say to them? shakala, shakala, shakala every morning. Beyond the, yes, the prophetic, the spiritual controls the physical, but beyond that point, what they see me do? What do I need to model? Take your phone and say, oh my God. I say, go and carry your book and be reading. Children need to read book. Then they see you on the phone from morning to night. Just to say, they play, especially if it's a teenager. So you two will put his iPhone or her iPhone in the middle of the thing and do the thing. Just be doing. Or put it there, say, Mommy, they give us assignments. You know how to open multiple pages at the same time. When you are coming, just one click. You're back on the assignment page. Why? Those are the things. Somebody told me something a while ago. He said that when I was growing up, my father used to give me la casera and donuts to read a book. And I say, that is very good. So me too, I started giving my daughter 200 naira to read a book. Read book, read. Just pick a book, story book, any book, and do what? And read 200, 200, 200. Before you know it, ability to read anything. It's developed. He's a multimillionaire today, in fact, in dollar. A lot of you know him. He doesn't live in Nigeria anymore, he ran away. So it's very important, very, very important. So who do I need to become to be able to raise this particular child? Who do I need to become? If parenting is scripting, who do I need to become to raise this child? What type of a child do I want to raise? Then who do I need to become to be able to raise this child? Like we say, assumption is usually and always the lowest level of knowledge. So what type of script has worked? You need to do certain research and say, who has this type of script worked for? Somebody says, if you use common sense to parent, you will get common results. You will raise common children. So what script works for these children? How can I do it and get it right? And not do, we used to say firstborn children, they are experimental children. But not necessarily. If we get it right from before the child arrives, to get things together. And now that they have come, it is still not too late. The question still remains that, if you are using Google Map, let's say Google say go like this, then you now follow Oregon Road, you now come out at another place. You can still do what? Reroute yourself back to destination. We can still reroute ourselves back to destination. So who do I need to become so that thing that this child is designed to be can come out? You can get the purpose of a child through two ways. Number one, God-ordained purpose. You see, those days, there are a lot of things that we thought civilization has eroded. But it's also in the Bible. Yorubas, them that are not, they are religious, but they are not spiritual. They used to talk about Akosejaye. They will go and check that what is the destiny of this child? What should we do about this child so that this child can align and arrive? You that is a Christian, tongue talking, Holy Spirit filled, have you asked God? Then when he told you, what did you do about it? You know very well that environment you are living, that child is not going to do well. He said, if I see you, instead of you relocating the child, as in moving from that location to another one, say, if I see you with that our neighbor again, you will see what I will do to you. Be playing. Imagine Joseph telling God that if Jesus is truly the Savior of the world, we are not going to live here. When Jesus said they are killing children from the age of 0 to 2, move this child now and relocate to another environment to preserve the life of this child. Imagine that tell Jesus that, see, baby Savior, better stand up and do something. I'm not willing to go anywhere. Just imagine. You know that environment will not nurture that child. The whole Savior of the whole world, though, they have to jakpa and jakpada. How much more? So, yes, now, Bible says, flee every appearances of evil. He didn't say negotiate it. When you discover that this influence is more than one, how many will you fight? Just do what? Relocate the child. Just because of the children. Yeah, I'm living in this space because of my children. Because there's something we need to guide. Somebody say, are you saying we should not use cane? If the gate mistakenly, accidentally have a child today that is 2 years old and say, the world must not know, so I'll come and keep this child in your custody. It is 1 billion USD at the end of 2 years. Will you flog the child? No, now, talk. Let's talk. Will you flog the child? Will you, now flog. Will you flog the child? Apparently, there are other ways. It's just that we refuse to think about them. Then all of us that they flog, how better is our life? So, he said, what type of a child do you want to raise? Somebody say, is a godly child. What are the attributes of God? God is omnipotent, omnipresent. Is your child omnipotent? And I say, nobody can be omnipotent. And I say, somebody that has power that the whole world is bowing to. And I say, okay, is your child omnipresent? And I say, those are the attributes of God. Even angels cannot be omnipresent. But you are using something like Facebook that one man created, that you have not been to America before, and you are using all his product everywhere in the world. His product is not omnipresent. It's everywhere. Is it not everywhere? And the phone, and the everything. So you beat the child, you punish the child for things you do not want, not because the thing is wrong or right, it's because you don't want. So you are creating a child that is limited in scope and perspective. Because in the global scheme of things, it is the one that you do not want. So in your house, the child is king, but outside of the house, what exactly is it? So now, if you know who you need to become, then we used to say, at every point in time, for a family to be fine, the couple has to be together. There's no way you talk about parenting without talking about the couple. The parents. They are the custodian. I hope that you know that these children don't belong to you. You are who? You are a caregiver. The definition of parent did not say you are the one that born them. The definition of caregiver too does not suggest that they emanated from you. They are going through a process, and somebody has committed them into your hand, hoping that you will do justice or you do a good job in this particular space. Like we used to say, the best gift a couple can give to their children is for the man to love his wife or for the woman to love her husband. Whatever is the difference between the two of you, please, by all means, find a space, find a time to settle it. And do not confuse the children. Let every family have a family vision that is known by every citizen of that nation, which is the family. Let every family do what? Have a family. So what is our family vision? Then is it known by every member? The family is an organization now. And every organization has one. Both the vision and the mission statement. And it is known by every... See, DMD passes and asks you, what is this, and you cannot say. You are likely to be on your way out. Because if you are not for us, you are against us. That is why I said the things we have not discussed. Please do not punish or beat a child for it. So what is our family vision? Is it very clear? Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1 says, Habakkuk says, I will jump up and down. I will go like this. I will climb mountain. God say, calm down. Verse 2 says, write the vision. Don't say, all those your story, compact it into a vision. Put it there. Let the children be seeing it, that this is who we are. And as they grow up, review, because now they are part of the nation. What are the constitutional rights of that family, of each member of the family? So we say a family is the smallest unit of a nation. So if it is actually a nation, then every nation has an immigration system. Why is it that your own uncle is coming to the family unannounced? Why? If I say, my father is coming, you are saying that. Why? Why are they coming unannounced? Why is it that somebody that has not gotten a temporary stay in your own particular family is getting a permanent residency? It's not causing trouble in your family. What? Yes. Wrong gone. Why? You have not tested him for 1 week. So this uncle now came. Now, doesn't go to work, doesn't do anything. He will eat, he will leave his plate. Whereas you have been teaching your children that you are 3 years old. When you finish eating, say thank you, mommy, thank you, daddy, and carry your plate. And say, but uncle does not carry his plate. Or your daughter is now coming in the morning. And I say, mommy, uncle is wearing shorts. Then I saw something that is standing like this in the morning. Oh yeah, now start explanation. People, I've not seen, except you are an expatriate or you want to buy your way in. You are supposed to have a temporary, let them come for a 2-day visit. See their behavior. Let them come for a 1-week visit and see their character. Because they say, I want to come and do NYS in Lagos. So your house has become NYS boot camp residency. Because of what? And anybody there's no way you become a citizen of a nation that they will not school you in all the items, everything that makes a citizen, your right and your responsibility. Because your right without your responsibility will make you a criminal. So do you have it? Do we do them? It's very important so that both husband and wife, then we talk about beliefs alignment. What do you believe? You say, I believe that the man is the head of the home. Nobody is contesting it. Just be like Jesus that gave his life for it. That's what the Bible says now. So when they come to somebody to die, we are not thinking. It's not the case of anything. You say, daddy, there's no wonder you are the most high. That is what Jesus did now. That's the complete part of that passage. Now, you say, Jesus was the head of the church, and he loved the church, so he gave his life for it. So you two, you are claiming the head of the home. By all means, give your life for it. So we are talking of, there are only 4 meats in the pot. Oh. Daddy just know that your food is without. It's just as simple as that. He gave his life for it. No. Pastors in the Lord, they can bear me witness. That was what the Bible says. Oh. That he gave his life for it now, as in, he was the one that was washing their feet. He was the one that was doing everything. When it was time to die, he didn't say, Peter, you are very close to me. Do this thing on our behalf. You will get your reward in heaven, and in the heaven to come. No. He did what? He has to die. So women, no need to worry who is the head or who is not the head. Just let the person be willing to. It's very clear. You get all the meat, you get all the fish, you get all the respect, you get all the idea. When it's time to die, you do what? You lay down your life. And I'm not talking of physical death, actually, but all sorts. When the car is full, because we are carrying something, they say extra kgs on top of it. We know who is going to trek. There's no... No, we know now. There is no hide and fast about it. We know who is going to trek. Hallelujah. So let's align our beliefs. And for those of us, please, if we are still doing marriage by trial and error, let it end. Find an assessment. Know yourself. Do a personality assessment. Do a profile assessment. Do a beliefs alignment and assessment so that we know what are the kudias, as in, where am I lacking behind? See, there is no problem if both husband and wife believes that a woman is a husband's property and he can slap her at any time. As long as the woman believes the exact same thing, that marriage will never have a problem. You don't fix what is not broken. The man feels the assessment. He says yes. The woman feels the assessment. She says yes. That marriage will not have a problem because both of them are aligned when it comes to that belief system. The differences in our beliefs are the things that is causing the problem, not that the man is bad or the woman is bad. So, with these few words of mine, thank you very much, sir.